Hey YouTube family, how are you guys doing? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the Gear Cave. Working on that Leo James Popcaster, and I wasn't going to do a video, but I found a few things that I thought might be worth sharing. Don't worry, it's good. Let's go check out a Popcaster. After that unboxing video and the demo and the partial teardown, I figured I'd go a little deeper to see what I'd find, and if I was happy I might try and upgrade a few things, because so far I gotta say I am very impressed with this thing. The frets are perfect. All I did was buff them out, and I conditioned the fretboard with some of this Monty's Instrument Food paste wax. Changed the string trees, lubricated the locking tuners, snugged them up, and I got rid of the box switch that was in there because it was cheap. It was garbage. I'm just going to say it. But I replaced it with another box switch that's actually pretty good. Like, it's very precise and stiff, and it's shallow, so it fits in there no problem. I'm going to keep these pots because they are the linear style pots, so they're very precise. I like them, and I don't know, they're some kind of brand name pots, and they work, so who cares? I don't, that's for sure. The routs on this thing are perfect. Look at the string through body holes, and the bridge mounting holes, and the pickguard mounting holes, and the routs in here, and even the cavity route. Like, they are all perfectly done. My friends in the US are getting these guitars for like 150 bucks. This was $240 for me, and it was cheaper than that kit guitar that I got. And that kit guitar didn't come with a nice bridge like this, 18-to-1 locking tuners, the roasted maple neck, and didn't come with stainless steel frets. Like, holy smokes. Like, that doesn't make sense. So I decided what I'm going to do with this thing. I don't like the clear pickguard. There's too much of this sunburst thing going on. So what I did is I just took a black vinyl ring binder, and I traced the clear pickguard onto the vinyl, and then I lined everything up and drilled the vinyl, and now I have a black pickguard. These pickguards are totally different than a regular Telecaster pickguard. This is a pickguard that was off of a Tease guitar, and other than the notch up here for the truss rod wheel, it's identical to a pickguard that came off of an M-Music guitar, which also has a notch. But when you line them up, they are pretty much bang on identical. And these match up with a Fender Telecaster pickguard, other than the notch, again. But when you take this clear pickguard and throw this on and try and line it up, nothing lines up. Look at the pickup hole. Look at how this is way offset. Neck opening doesn't line up. This is way off to one side. So that should work great. Once I pulled these pickups out and I tested them at the meter, I got the same readings as when they were in the guitar. This one is between 5 and 6K output, and this one is under 4K. So they are super low output pickups. On one of my M-Music tellies, I put in a set of Joe Barton Modern T Danny Gatton pups, and they are awesome. But the stock pickups were pretty awesome too. I kept those. So these pickups are going to go in this guitar. And I took out that plastic nut, and I installed black Graphtec pre-slotted nut. It's sitting pretty deep in there. I don't know, it might be too deep. It may not work, but man, it just went in there like butter. It's not glued in, I can pop it back out, but it's in there, you know, tight. So I'm going to see once I put strings on if I have enough height at the first fret to not cause any issues. And if not, I'll either have to change that nut, or I'll have to build up the nut channel with some really thin shims and then reinstall this nut. So I'm just going to go ahead and shield off these cavities. I shielded the top cavity, and I put a strip that goes from this cavity all the way to the top cavity through where the wires run. So this cavity will now be connected to this one. I took an automotive paint pen and I painted black this truss rod access curve if I run my wires here, let's see if we can make this work. Should run in there. Oh yeah, that goes in there no problem. Should drop right in. Look at that. Wow, that's perfect. It still looks a little funky because there's plastic on the top of the see-through pickguard. So once I peel that off, the black will come out looking better. And I suppose I could have spray painted the back side of this pickguard, and that would have probably looked even better. But then it's painted. Just got to finish shielding these cavities and I'll come back to you. See if this logic makes sense. So I decided not to drill a hole to run a ground wire to the bridge because the way I shielded this guitar, I'm not going to need one. So this cavity is shielded. It's got a strip of shielding tape connecting this cavity to this cavity. This cavity is shielded. It's got a strip of shielding tape connecting this cavity to this cavity. This cavity is all shielded and it has shielding tape coming up and over the edges where this control plate is going to sit. This cavity has a piece of shielding tape coming up and over underneath the bridge, which obviously makes contact with the pickup. So the pickup wires will be grounded to the back of these pots, which are making contact with the back of this plate, which will be making contact with the top of this shielding tape, which is connected to everything, which is connected to the bridge. Make sense? I should have the wiring down. Let's check. So, bridge. Yep. Neck. And middle. Perfect. I think we're ready for the peeling of the pickguard. This will make this whole look a little more appealing. I have to loosen the neck to get that plastic off. So I took the neck off, got that plastic out of there. While the neck was off, I added a small little shim, 0.03 millimeters thick. We'll see how it goes. The other thing is this nut. It might be sitting too low. I'll know once I restring how much clearance I have at the first fret. I may need to loosen the strings, pop this nut out, install a shim underneath, or just a different nut. I have like the locking nut pin pulled out, and I'm like trying to get the string through the tuner, and it's like, no way, I cannot get it in there. And then I realized that, now let me see if I can get it out on this one. There we go. So, remember when I did the unboxing, I said, wow, these like locking pins are really short? Well, it's because they're two-part. There's like a pin inside the tuner, and then this just pushes up against the pin. But sometimes this pin gets like jammed up there. So even if you pull this down, this pin stays stuck up there. So I'm just lubricating mine as they come out and making sure they don't stick. We're getting close. I just have to swap out these 10 millimeter action height screws for some 8 millimeter ones because they're poking through now that I have the action set, even with the shim in the neck. So I guess I could have put a bigger shim in the neck, but then the tilt back would have been like noticeable almost. And I like a really straight neck with my tellies. All right, guys and girls, the Leo James Popcaster is done. Starting at the headstock, change the string trees, and I'll probably change them again. I'm not a big fan of those barrel types, but they're a lot better than the little flat butterfly ones that were on there. These tuners are great, nice and smooth, really good ratio. However, the double pin system in there, questionable, not a big fan. The original nut was plastic, as you saw from the first video. So I replaced it with a Graphtec. The Graphtec was sitting too low. Found this bone nut in my stash. It fit perfectly. Shaved it down, polished it. It's great. Action at the first fret is fantastic. These frets were great. I didn't have to do any work to them other than just give them a little polish. Fretboard, I just used some conditioning wax, and that was about it for that. I put a small shim in the neck, 0.03 mil. Replaced the pickups with the original pickups that were in my M Music guitar. Painted that truss rod hole black so it blends in with the black vinyl underlay. Replaced a few action height adjustment screws. Changed the switch. And that's about it. Everything else was how it is. Oh yeah, and we shielded all the cavities. I forgot about that. All the cavities are interconnected to each other, incorporating the bridge ground as well. So yeah, this thing is shielded to the max. There's nothing getting in or out. So it's nice and quiet, and it's on. There's like, now if I go right to the speaker, you'll get a hum. But who's gonna do that? This is the M Music bridge pickup in the Leo James Popcaster. Sounds like this. That's a Telecaster tone right there. It's nice and round, it cuts through, but it's not harsh. I love it. This thing is awesome. Middle position. Very stratty. I like it. And the neck position. I think it sounds great. The light drive on the newly modded Popcaster sounds like this. Neck position. And with some high gain stuff, it sounds like this. fitting tune since I'm amongst friends. It's a killer axe, man. I think, all in all, this little guitar is a win. And for you guys who are picking these up for like 140 or 150 bucks, man, that is not fair. This guitar is totally worth 240 bucks. Now with these upgraded pickups in it, switch and nut, this thing is a $300 guitar all day long. I'll just put my 2 cents out there. Take this with a grain of salt. But this is coming from a guy who gigs every weekend, who plays a ton of different guitars, and who works on probably anywhere between 10 to 15 guitars a month here in the shop, like for customers and stuff. Those reviewers saying that this guitar is comparable to a $1,500 Fender Telecaster and such, no, it's definitely not. But I would say that this is a high-end budget guitar for a low-end budget price, for sure. And for those reviewers saying that this is total garbage and it doesn't even come close to comparing to a Squier Classic Vibe and you can do much better with your money, that's not true either. They either got a really bad one, or they got something against Leo James, or they're very partial or invested in the Fender or Squier brand. There's no way a Squier Classic Vibe Telecaster, as plain Jane as they are, and as good bones as they have, is way better than this at 4 times the price. Not even close. Price-wise, feel-wise, and playability-wise, I will take this any day of the week over one of those. Maybe I got an exceptionally good one, although there's a few things that can be improved on. I got nothing bad to say about this thing. At the price point, it's absolutely fantastic. You guys take care, God bless, and I will see you in the next one.